Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at the BeamNG RC Covet. There's only one configuration option and one color, so let's just go ahead and spawn this thing up so you can take a look at it. And as you can see, it is basically just a really small version of the Covet, but it's not just a miniaturized version of the stock one. It's a ground-up recreation, as far as I can tell, that looks just like the Covet, but it's absolutely dinky. Like, if we go on this suspension test thing right here, just to show you, you can basically park the whole car on one side of this without any issue whatsoever. It is a very small vehicle, and if you try to do a suspension test like this, you're going to just fly through the air and bounce all over the place, as you can see I'm doing here. But it is pretty durable. Like, you could do crazy stuff with this thing, and it doesn't seem like it wants to break too easily. Like, going all of that, bouncing all over the place, still drives perfectly fine. We could go ahead and crash into this right here, and it'll still drive perfectly fine. If it was upright, which it unfortunately is not, but it is now, you can see there doesn't appear to really be any damage after just slamming right into that, because it's so small and it goes so slow that even when it crashes into things, it's not that big of a force of an impact to really cause damage to it. Now, you can damage it with enough force. It's just hard to actually do that when all you're doing is just kind of normal driving like this. Well, if normal driving is slamming into things like you see I'm doing here. Interestingly enough, this thing is actually really good for mudding, like going through the mud. So I'm going to make my way over to the mud, which will take a while just because it does go so slow. I know the speedometer says 0 miles per hour. It doesn't mean we're going less than like half a mile, or yeah, less than half a mile per hour, and it's just rounding down. I think it just doesn't quite work right. But anyways, going through the mud, this thing's unstoppable because it doesn't get bogged down by the water. It can go totally underwater and it doesn't care. And it just pulls through amazingly somehow. Like, I don't quite get how, but it does a really good job just going through this muddy section. And I should point out, the car is still front-wheel drive only. It's not like it's all-wheel drive or something. This is just a normal front-wheel drive BeamNG Covet, basically, but, you know, RCA version. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm going to be able to upright myself from that one, so we can go ahead and reset this now. We can go ahead and do a little bit more driving with this before we move on and do some non-driving related things. So we could, for example, do another suspension test, because there's really not that much to do with this because it is so small and so light. It is, however, really good at landing upright, I've noticed. Like, I can do a lot of crazy things and it'll find a way to land upright. The only way to truly stop this thing is if you land it on its roof. If you land it on its side, you can usually get it upright by just using the vehicle's own power, which is kind of interesting. So let's see if we can get it onto its side to demonstrate that for you real quickly. We'll just hit one of these at an angle like that and hope we bounce in a way that ends up on our side. Perfect. So you'll notice, though, that sometimes when you land on your side, you'll hit the accelerate button and it does nothing. If that ever happens, you just have to switch to manual mode. In this situation, though, it still works. So all we do is we floor it. We steer it left and right, and whichever way works, and one of them will get you upright. Also, another thing I noticed that's kind of strange is the transmission can be a little weird. Like, if we let up on the throttle and then floor it, there's a delay. Do you notice that? Like, when I said floor it, like the F on the floor it came in, that's when I first hit it. So, like, watch. We'll let go. There. You notice there was like a delay before it really did anything. Like, it had to just get up to RPM, and it just takes a second. That one was actually quicker than the last one, though. And it's kind of hard to really demonstrate that properly, but there is a significant delay compared to a normal vehicle that you can feel. And let's just go ahead and crash this into that right there. And let's do something that you knew I would do, but you're not going to really expect the outcome. We're going to drop the RC car on a normal Covet, but you would not expect what's going to happen here. I know what's going to happen because I've done it before. So we're just going to go right above the Covet to about here and drop the car from there. And as you see, I did pick the Covet that has the matching texture, so they're both like the filthy version. And we're going to use the 100 times slow-mo here because this is really unexpected. Yeah. The RC car just obliterates this thing. Why? Because the RC car weighs a little bit over 500 pounds, actually. I mean, you wouldn't know that if you were just watching it as I was using it. But yeah, that thing weighs about 500 pounds that I just dropped on this poor, innocent Covet. We can still drive it after that crash, amazingly. So we're carrying a miniature Covet with my full-size Covet. Kind of funny, though. It actually makes it really hard to do things like this because of that extra 500 pounds. Like, it just stops when we get into here. It's like it just, all that extra weight kills the momentum. Whoa! The Covet just shot off my hood. It just shot it all the way over there with a lot of force, and it just mangled it as well. How is this Covet doing? The RC one, the rear tire is half fallen off, which is something that can happen. It doesn't seem like it's that damaged, but it unfortunately cannot really drive with just the front wheels in this situation. So we can go ahead and reset both the cars and drop it on it again. This time we'll do it in full speed. It just looked like the roof disappeared, didn't it? Just, we had a roof, now we don't. And we can also drop it on the roof gently. So to do that, we're going to just set it right here on the ground. And let it just kind of sit. And then we teleport it onto the roof of the Covet like so. And now we can go and put the parking brake on so the RC car will stay on the full-size car. And you notice that the full-size car suspension is a little bit more bouncy than normal because of the extra weight. Like, we can really get this thing bouncing by just using the gas pedal here. Now, I don't want to really take this on a suspension test because I'm afraid the RC car is going to fall off anyways. We kind of got to make it get on the car a little bit better, and the only way to do that would be accelerate really hard, which this car cannot do, or we slow down slowly, go in reverse, and then brake hard. So we go reverse and then brake. There we go. That moved into the middle of the roof, and it looks like it might be bending the roof just a little bit. Like, there might be an ever so small amount of bend in the roof from the weight of the RC car. Whoa, it's shifting about a lot there. Oh, it kind of got caught in the hatch of the Covet. Okay. So now it's stuck, basically. So I don't have nothing to worry about now. I could drive around with the RC car on me. All right, let's do some crazy things. Like, let's go over a lot of bumps and stuff. Whoa. This thing is driving weird with the extra 500 pounds, like, right on the rear wheels only. That front is just lifting up so easy. And the whole rear hatch just exploded. Don't know exactly how that happened. But somehow this RC car is just hanging on. I have no idea how, but it is hanging on. And it is just slowing my car down to a halt, though. I can't even move. Wait, there we go. We're good again. I don't know what was even going on there. Like, the RC car has a vengeance. It will not let go. What if we hit something? Nothing that unusual. Oh my goodness, the car is driving backwards all on its own. All right, let's go ahead and reset both of these. And now, how about, what if we put the RC Covet in the full-sized Covet? So we'll just teleport it into it like that. There we go. Perfect placement. Oh my goodness, that suspension. It creaked and it went down when I put that car in it. So now I don't have to worry about it falling off, though, so we can try to do the suspension test. And, well, actually, that wasn't half bad for 500 extra pounds. I thought it might, in such a small location, I thought it might have a bit of an issue, but it did a pretty decent job there. Let's go again for round 2. Like, that doesn't look that bumpy at all. Wait, what? How did it catch on fire? Like, I'm looking at my rear view mirror. It's like, why is there fire in my rear view mirror? Apparently, like, did the RC car puncture the fuel tank or something? I don't know what just happened, but yeah, we're on fire. The RC car, he's evil, man. He just pops his car on fire and doesn't even know, like, care. Let's take the RC car out. Is it on fire? No, just the normal car. I don't know how it managed that. Like, I truthfully have no idea how that happened. But, okay. That was weird. What if we put it in a vehicle that's actually made to hold things? Like, what if we put it in a D-series pickup? You know what? Let's get the extended cab version just so we got the biggest, beefiest one there is. So we're going to put this in here. Now, this pickup should have no issue holding 500 pounds. Like, that should be one American in the bed of the truck, which it should totally be made to do. So there, it seems perfectly fine. No issues. Going over the suspension test, it bounces around a bit, stays in the bed of the truck. It does bounce around a bit, but that's to be expected. And I don't see it causing any, like, fires in this situation, though. Like, I have to think it caused a fire by somehow puncturing the fuel tank. That's my best guess. But this one, the bed of the truck's actually made to hold things where the interior of the Covet really wasn't. So that keeps it from catching fire in this situation. At least that's my best guess. Go ahead and do a jump right here. Whoop! Oh, wow. That car really dented me. It got me hard. I mean, my truck itself didn't fare too well, but the car got me a lot worse than I expected. So now here's a new question. How many cars can we put in this thing? So let's think. I want to do this in a certain way that'll make it easier to load up the truck. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spawn up another truck, and that'll be the one I load up. I know it's going to be confusing right here. Just bear with me for a second. So we're going to get another truck. And then if we are this RC car and we spawn an RC car, does that put it in the bed of the truck or about in the bed of the truck? Almost. It looks like it spawns a little bit low, possibly. So let's see. We move this truck forward a bit. Stop it. Make that its spot, basically. Reset this RC car. Perfect. It basically just sits in the bed of the truck now. So now I could just spawn up RC car after RC car, and I don't even have to place them. They'll just be in the bed of the truck, obliterating each other. I did not think this through. Well, as you can see, though, the RC cars can get damaged. I've said that a few times, but you never really saw it. There's your proof. Okay, we'll back up this one. And then we'll reset that one. There we go. And then we'll try to move this one. Uh-oh, it's stuck. Oh, well, we'll just spawn another one anyways. Who cares? We'll just make like a 2-ton brick of RC cars. I don't know. All right, that works. What if we move the truck forward a bit, stop it, and then place another one? I don't think this one will work. I think this one will actually have an issue. And I don't know why I keep clicking that button. That was 2 times in a row. Oh, that one missed totally. I moved the truck too much. All right, fine. We'll teleport it in, but I didn't want to do that. See, that's why. It's a pain to do that. Now I broke the tailgate. So now they're all going to fall out anyways. Oh, well, let's just drive it. That's basically a bit over a ton in the back of the truck, though. We'll drive it in reverse because I don't want them falling out the back. So the pickup has no problem moving around that much weight. It can drop it off, though. Oh, it's actually holding on somehow on the tailgate. Oh, one of them's gone. 2 are gone. Third one's just barely there. And we're all gone. Point is, though, they're all able to be driven around on the truck without problem. It was just in the Covet that caught fire, I guess. I'm kind of curious, what happens if you drive at the tire of a vehicle? With it being this heavy, can it drive under it? Alright, we need a lighter car. That's what we need. So let's just grab ourselves a... I think the old Pessima might be the lightest. And why is it over here? Go over here. I have too many cars at the moment, don't I? So we'll take this thing, accelerate it up a bit, and then spin it around, and then we'll get right at the wheel of the Pessima, hopefully. Wow, it actually managed to get under it. Oh, now the Pessima's sitting on me, though. Uh-oh. I'm actually moving the Pessima. Like, this little tiny RC car is able to move this full-sized car. How fast is it moving it? It's moving it 11 miles per hour. That is one crazy RC car. Alright, well, I think that about does it for here, though. So let's go ahead and move on to Leap of Death. I don't think I'll do Brutal Slope because it would take way too long to get there. So we'll just do Leap of Death only. And since I usually have absolutely nothing of value to say here, I figured now will be the time I'll also let you listen to the sound for the engine. So go ahead and listen close. Now that you've heard the engine, I'll go ahead and talk again. That was just chaos when it was spinning. But it appears there's very minimal damage in this Leap of Death. Not going to bother with slow-mo here because it just would be pointless. And it looks like we're going to get stopped right about here. So that'll be it for this video. Till next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya.